Why strong women are susceptible to narcissists. Hello lovelies, welcome to narcfreeformula. My name's Freedom, thank you for joining me. I wanted to talk about something that's quite personal because I consider myself to be a strong woman. I also know that a lot of you also consider yourself to be strong women. Not consider yourselves, we are strong women. Now, why I think we're susceptible to narcissists, and I only really just figured this out. I think that why we are susceptible to narcissists is because as strong women, it takes a certain type of man to even impress us at all, right? Because we're self-sufficient, self-reliant, we don't need men. We pretty much look after ourselves on all levels, right? So it takes a certain type of man to actually impress us. The other thing that I think is that for me personally, and you might identify with this, is that I find it, how do I put this? I like a man that is assertive. I like a man that will make the first move. I respect that. Now, a lot of men won't make the first move. A lot of men are shy. Narcissists are never shy and coming backwards coming forwards. They're never, they're just not that person. So they will be the one who will make the first move. They will be the one who will, come on hard and fast. They will be the one who literally says, I am the hero. I'm here to save you, to protect you. I'm a strong man and I will do all the things, for you. And when you're a strong woman who's used to looking after herself, that kind of thing is, it's almost reassuring. It's like, wow, okay, I can finally relax. Let someone else take the reins. And the problem is, narcissists are all talk and no follow through. Sure, they might take the reins of your life and they will drive it into the gutter, basically. But every step along the way, they'll be saying to you, no, I've got this. You just relax. I've got this. I'll take care of everything. But this is just because, as narcissists, strong women are a great fuel source, because then people not only look at when they're admiring the strong woman and saying, oh, she's this and that and whatever, she's so good at this and that, whatever, then they're also looking at him and thinking, well, he must be really good if if she's settled down with him, if she's chosen him out of everyone she could have had, she chose him, right? So they get lots of kind of praise, they get lots of fuel, they get lots of attention, they get lots of reward, and a lot of it's just not real. It's not anything to do with them, So I think, look, hang on, back up a bit. So the reason that I wanted to talk about this is because I found it fascinating how when I escaped the narcissist in my life, the type of men that I attracted was still the same thing. Men who wanted to swoop in to be the hero, men who wanted to essentially kind of own me. They wanted to take full control, own me as a person. And luckily, I'm a lot wiser than I was, 5 years ago. So I've managed to steer clear of those situations and haven't found myself back in a situation with a narcissist. This is the first time in my entire adult life that I haven't been in a long-term relationship. I have been, married a couple of times and been in, 3 main relationships essentially in my life. And so that was my pattern. And I think it's really important to look at our patterns and our behavior. This is, like I said, this is not to victim blame or shame at all. But we have to take responsibility for our own selves, our own lives. Because if we don't take responsibility, if we always just kind of outsource responsibility for our lives to the narcissist or to our parents or to the bad people or to our bosses or whatever, we're never actually going to be happy. So it's important that we take responsibility for the role that we played. And for me, it's looking at, what it is in me that attracted him in the first place, why it was that I handed him the control of my life. And as I said, it was purely because he assured me that he knew better, that he was stronger, that he had this, he had it all under control. I didn't have to worry about a thing. He was going to look after me. He was going to be everything that I ever needed. Typical narc behavior. But as a strong woman, like I said, when you're so used to, because as a strong woman, you have certain types of men who will try and, get involved with you, and they're not strong enough to hold you. They're just not. That's just the reality. They're not strong enough to kind of hold your spirit, to back you and support you. And you find that out pretty quickly. Like, as humans, we kind of find out, where everyone lies on the, on the alpha, beta kind of, how do I even put that? The realms? Do we say realms? Someone will know what I'm talking about. The alpha and the beta, and who's in control, and who's dominant, who's not, like that. Anyhow, essentially, we figured that stuff out pretty quick. So we're, as strong women, we're looking for stronger men. Our men have to be stronger than us, because we don't want, or I don't want, a man who's weaker than me. Like, why the fuck would I want that? So we want men who are stronger than us, and that's unfortunate, because, like I said, narcissists come pretending to be that, saying that they are that. And if I had listened less and watched more, so listened less to what he was saying and watched his behavior more, I would have seen the red flags. But because I let him get into my head and my ear and tell me, because narcissists are really good at telling you what they're about, right? So, he's telling me all the time what I want to hear. Do you know what the funny thing is? I'm really not joking when I say this. When I met my narcissist, going back a way, but the song by Bonnie Tyler, Holding Out for a Hero? I'm not joking. At the time, I was going through a bit of, like, even though it's an 80s song, I was going through a bit of a retro phase. And that was a song that when I heard it, I would think to myself, yeah, I absolutely understand how you feel, Bonnie. I'm so on the same page. I get it. I also am holding out for a hero, a strong man, right? So that was kind of where I was at. That was my mentality. And so therefore, when I drew this narcissist into my life, that's who he presented and pretended to be. A hero, a strong man, a man that was going to protect me, a man that was going to protect the family, and, who was strong enough to go the distance. This is why strong women are susceptible to narcissists, because the narcissist will put on that mask, they'll wear it convincingly and long enough until they have you in a position where it's hard to extract yourself. So either you've moved in with them, you've gotten married to them, you're having babies with them, any time they get you in those kind of vulnerable positions, that's when they don't have to wear the mask anymore. The mask starts to slip and you start to see who you're actually involved with. So strong women out there, darlings, my advice is just do the work on yourself. That's the first thing. Do the work on yourself. Look at how you got into this situation in the first place. Realize you may have a pattern. You may have had a role to play in this whole thing. No, not you may. You did. We all do. All right, we all have to take accountability and responsibility for ourselves. So look at your own behavior. Look at how you got into the situation in the first place. Watch for the red flags when you're dating and going out into the world and being around men, because the narcissist that you're with is not the only narcissist out there, right? I'm not saying everyone's a narcissist, far from it, right? Statistically, I think it's like 5 out of every 100 people might have narcissistic personality disorder. So, just be mindful of that. They are out there and they will come, dressed the way you want them to be dressed. Like they say about the devil, they say that the devil comes to you, offering all the things that you want, looking and smelling good, well, the narcissist is just the same. All right, lovelies, I hope that helps some of you. See ya.